Ladies and gentlemen, comedian, entertainer, Daniel Songer, now storyteller. Hello! Yes, I am now the storyteller, and this is Story Act 259, titled The Homeland Conspiracy. Andy was known as the county jock. He was the captain of the football team. Andy fell in love with Annabelle, the captain of the cheerleading squad. Andy and Annabelle were married right out of high school and graduated college with honors. Then came the day that Annabelle conceived a son. 9 months of pure pressure on their marriage, and due to irreconcilable differences, they divorced. Andy immediately joined the armed forces and became an officer. After 2 years of service, Andy was wounded in action and received a medical discharge. Andy returned home to a homeland war, and it started with a telephone call from his ex-wife. Annabelle told Andy that she could not take care of their son for the rest of the year. So Andy gladly accepted the responsibility in taking care of him. His son is 2 years old, and oh, what a handsome gentleman, and he glows with purity. Andy drove through 3 states to pick him up, and on the way home they stopped at a restaurant to eat. While they were eating, Andy noticed 2 police officers looking at his son, and the 2 police officers were talking with 2 plainclothes men. After finishing their meal, they continued their journey back home. After a couple of miles away from the restaurant, Andy noticed blue lights in his rearview mirror. The 2 police officers from the restaurant were pulling him over. Andy also noticed the other 2 men in a white van behind the police car. The 2 police officers asked Andy to step out of his vehicle and to get into the back of their police car. Andy replied, "No, I am not going to leave my son alone." The police officers then demanded Andy and his son to get into the back of the police car. When Andy and his son got into the police car, the police officers began to drive away. Andy asked, "Where are we going, officers?" They replied, "Back to the station for questioning." Andy noticed the white van followed the police car, and they ended up in a wooded area. When the police car stopped, they ordered Andy and his son out of the police car. The 2 plainclothes men began to grab the boy, and one of the policemen went for his gun. It was like Andy's subconscious mind took over, and his inner prevalence soared. Andy immediately karate chopped the police officer right in the throat and grabbed his gun. Andy then shot the other maniac police officer in the head as he went for his gun. As the 2 plainclothes men tried to escape with the boy, Andy shot one of them in the back, and the other man stopped and said, "Don't shoot. I give up." Andy then ran to his son while pointing the gun at the man's head, saying, "I rescued my son from a child abduction. Now I am going to stop you from doing this to anyone else." The man cried, "Please don't kill me. I will tell you everything I know." The man then led Andy to a building where he claims several children between the ages of 2 and 10 were being held. Andy told the man that they were going into the building to rescue the children. When Andy entered the building, he found 2 other men guarding the children. The children were in dog pens, 1 cage for each child, and all the children were white. The guardsmen were not expecting Andy, so they were caught off guard. Andy then shot both of them as soon as he entered the building. Andy told the man to release all the children from the cages, and then Andy got all the children out of the building. Andy then ordered the man back into the building and put the police officer's gun to his head. The man again pleaded for his life and told Andy of a great conspiracy between public officials. The man told Andy that key officials have been selling our land and our children to foreign countries to finance their way of life. Andy then drove the white van with his son, the 20 kids, and the child abductor to the newspaper to inform the people of this Homeland conspiracy. Immediately, the press release gained attention, and the lost but not forgotten children gave awareness to foreign countries buying our cities and our children. Soon, all organizations of the United States came together, and the plot to steal our land and take our children was exposed to all mankind. Through the testimony of 1 child abductor, induced the Homeland War and brought the demise to all ruthless officials. When Andy arrived back home with his son, he found a big welcome home party and Annabelle. Andy and Annabelle came together as man and wife and raised their son to be a proud American. The county knew that Andy had lived up to his nickname, Handy Andy. Writer, Daniel R. Songer. Thank you. The Homeland Conspiracy. Thank you.